Today we're taking a look at Allyucia Citrus, from an old man from the countryside becomes a sword saint. This is the high premium figure version from the high premium figure series by Sega. The story follows a low-key rural life that turns towards swords and renown. Allyucia is portrayed as a composed, reliable heroine whose calm strength and readiness guide the party. The highlights for this figure are clear and convincing. First, the face reads clean and confident. The eyes show a sharp gaze with tidy line work and bright catches. The mouth is small and calm, which supports a composed expression. Skin tones are even with soft blush at the cheeks. Stray strands frame the cheeks and lift the silhouette without clutter. Hair flow is staged in layers, giving motion without losing strand definition. Second, the armor and cape deliver strong contrasts. Metallic silver plates look crisp against fine gold trim. Edges are sharp with consistent panel breaks and recessed seams. Matte fabric areas sit beside glossy metal, so forms remain readable under light. Small ornaments stay within paint borders with no visible bleed. The deep blue cape curves outward, adding depth and a sense of movement behind the stance. Third, the pose feels purposeful and balanced. The weight shift reads through the hips and knees. The torso turns slightly, which pairs well with the cape sweep. Silhouette lines stay open, so the figure looks dynamic from several angles. Proportions feel natural, and the stance appears stable. Clean mold lines and tight assembly help the whole piece look refined. Together, expression clarity, finish contrast, and poised motion create a focused, elegant presentation. This channel brings you figure reviews and anime merchandise updates straight from Japan. If you enjoyed this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe. Overall, facial impression is calm and focused. The eyes track forward with a confident gaze. Lashes are tidy and consistent. Irises show a clean gradient that keeps the highlight readable. Brows sit slightly lowered, adding resolve without anger. The mouth is small and neutral, which suits a poised attitude. Cheeks carry a gentle blush that avoids shine. Skin finish reads matte, so contours look natural under light. Hair volume frames the face without hiding it. The front bangs step in soft layers and avoid heavy blocks. Loose side strands break symmetry and add motion. The crown shows clear parting, and the top flows backward into longer lengths. Strands merge into organized locks rather than rough clumps. Edges are crisp with minimal fuzzing along the tips. The overall flow supports the stance, turning slightly to match the body angle. Paint on the hair favors even coverage. Subtle shade deepens near recesses and underlayers. The finish avoids plastic gloss and resists glare. No visible overspray touches the forehead or ears. The result is a readable silhouette with clean separation between face and hairline. Expression, line work, and hair flow support a consistent, composed look. The upper body balances armor form and fabric drape. Shoulders carry plate shapes that sit close to the body. Panel lines stay parallel, so the geometry reads crisp. The chest armor curves smoothly without flat spots. Trim lines travel evenly around edges and meet at seams without offset. Small fasteners and ornaments land inside their borders. Arms follow the torso turn with slight bend and relaxed wrists. Gauntlet plates keep spacing consistent across joints. Hands show defined fingers without webbing. Palms avoid thick seams, which helps the pose look natural. The waist narrows cleanly and the belt or mid-trim sits level, not tilted. Fabric zones contrast against metallic parts. Cloth reads matte and soft. The cape attaches cleanly at the back and lifts outward in a controlled sweep. Folds stack in long curves rather than random spikes. Undersides appear slightly darker, reinforcing depth. Where armor meets fabric, the paint edge is tidy with no silver creep. Surface finishes do the heavy lifting. Metallic areas reflect in tight highlights, proving a smooth coat. Matte areas remain quiet, preserving form. This contrast keeps shapes legible from distance and close range. Nothing crowds the silhouette. The torso, arms, and cape cooperate to tell one purposeful motion. The lower body carries the weight shift that sells the pose. Hips angle subtly, and one leg bears most of the load. Knees track over the toes, which keeps the stance believable. Thigh contours remain smooth, free of dents from assembly. Seams run along natural lines and avoid crossing key sculpt details. Greaves or boot armor mirror the upper plate language. Panel breaks line up and taper neatly near the ankle. Edges feel sharp but not fragile. If straps are present, they sit flush without floating. The soles stay flat to the support, reinforcing stability. Toe shapes are clean, avoiding blunted tips. Fabric below the waist follows motion rather than fighting it. Hem curves downwind of the turn, and inner folds compress where expected. Shading deepens along recesses to imply thickness. The cape's trailing edge adds rhythm behind the legs, but it does not hide the balance. Overall, the stance reads ready, not tense. Lines open toward the viewer for clear readability. From slight angles, the asymmetry becomes more dynamic while remaining grounded. The composition directs attention upward through the legs, hips, and torso, then out along the cape's sweep. This figure is approximately 17 centimeters tall. That's about 6.7 inches. For size comparison, here's a 350 milliliter can. That's about 12 ounces in the US. Overall, this presentation aims for poised strength rather than loud drama. The expression is steady, which sets a calm baseline. Hair framing and tidy line work keep the face readable from displayed distance. Armor brings structure and precision. Panel maps are consistent, trims stay inside borders, and finishes separate materials clearly. The cape adds depth without stealing focus. Its curve supports the torso turn and frames the silhouette. Matte and metallic contrast helps under varied lighting. Displays with mixed LEDs will still show clean forms. Proportions feel balanced. Nothing bulges or collapses where it should not. Assembly looks tight, so gaps do not distract. Strengths cluster around 3 pillars. First, expression clarity. The face communicates confidence with restraint. Second, finish control. Metallics stay smooth and fabrics remain calm. Third, motion design. The stance reads purposeful and stable, with the cape adding measured movement. Potential cautions are typical of prize figures. Fine edges may appear softer than premium scales. Micro-texturing is limited. Even so, the piece delivers an elegant, coherent read. Collectors who like grounded fantasy gear and organized silhouettes should be pleased. It suits shelves that favor clean lines, subtle contrast, and dependable posing. That's it for this video. If there's any part of the figure you liked, feel free to leave a comment and share your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.